Hello everyone, Taylor Johnson here. I'm giving you a look at the December 2022 market report for the Washington, D.C. region. Really it's important to remember that 2022 was actually kind of two different markets or two different seasons. We had the spring season or up to maybe May-ish, and then after that things kind of slowed down. So while we are looking at a situation where prices have leveled off and in some cases even declined slightly year over year, December versus December, they are actually right now on average about 15% lower than they were at the peak in May. And so if you think about that, if you're thinking about getting into the market right now, you could potentially be buying a home at a 15% discount from what you would have paid last spring. And that's a pretty good deal. So let's take a look at this a little deeper. You can see here that closed sales are down. Median sales price on average in the area is down 1.3. This is the first time that we've had a decline year over year since 2016. So that's a pretty significant number to think about. Days on market also is up 10 days from what it was over a year ago. So that means a couple of things. If you're a buyer, it means you have potentially a little more time to think about a place, maybe go look at it 2 or 3 times, consult with other people and make a decision kind of slowly, rationally, much different from what it was last spring. If you're a seller, this means, of course, you have to be prepared to have your home on the market quite a bit longer. They're not selling in 4 days. They're selling on average 22 days. Yours might be a little bit longer. And of course, it means that if your home is not presentable, not presenting well, would be a better way to put that, then it's probably going to take longer. So showing your home well, doing a little bit of preparation to make sure that it looks good, and making sure that our photographs are top-notch is going to be really, really important, and making sure that your home sells on a timely basis. So we can see that new listings are down. This is really the key number. We've had, let's see, my notes here. The new listings are lower than they've been in 2 decades. 20 years of decline in new listings. You can see that active listings are up, but remember, new listings are down. So why are active listings up? Because we have fewer buyers. We have fewer closed sales. So, and homes are staying on the market longer. So that's why we're resulting in more active listings. And the months of supply has gone up considerably, but it's still really, really short. It's only about a month, and a balanced market is around 4 to 5, maybe 6 months. So we'll look at that in a little bit. I wanted to point out to you that mortgage prices have gone up. Price declines are a little bit. We've got pending sales down. Homes are remaining on the market longer, and pullbacks on the supply side. While the number of month-end active listings was up 31% roughly, that increase is being driven by lower sales activity, not a result of new listings. In December, there were 2,787 new listings, the lowest level in more than 20 years. That is really significant. Now, another thing to look at is the home buyer demand index, which is also down. Last spring and even last year we were up in like 120 for the demand index. We were down around maybe 115, 105 at the beginning of 2022. and it has been declining. So right now it's around 56, which is quite a bit lower. So again, what that means for you if you're a buyer is that there's less competition out there. It is easier to get a home of your choice, to think about things, to compare one property to another. If you're a seller, it means you're not going to probably get top dollar. You can't expect to be aggressive on your pricing. Your home is going to sit a little bit longer. The likelihood of getting 4 to 5 offers, 15 offers on the same property is pretty slim. So all of that kind of figures into how the market works right now, just to kind of keep those things in mind if you're thinking about either buying or selling. So we are looking at a forecast, let's say, where maybe we're susceptible to some price drops. There are positive demographic and economic fundamentals in this area that support our market somewhat. And there's just a structural imbalance between supply and demand. There are more people wanting homes than there are homes for sale. And so all of that's going to keep a continued pressure upwards on prices. Maybe we'll see some decline in pricing slightly the first quarter, but the forecast for this year is that prices will rise about 1.1%. So if you're thinking about being a buyer, right now is a great time to get in. We do see the spring market generally, traditionally, being a little bit of a boom where we get more people who jump into the market, and the summer as well. And then we get a second boom in October into November, and then things slow down again in December. So if you're thinking about buying and you're ready now, it can be a great time. If you're coming in the spring or summer, you should expect more competition. And then the same is true on the opposite side if you're selling, right? Just understand those market cycles. All right, let's take a look here at active listings. As I said, the active listings are higher. But again, this is not because we have new listings, but rather because of, let's see, do we have a graph of new listings? No, we don't have a graph of new listings. Because we've had less short sales. Let's take a look at local markets. Closed sales, you can see, have gone down in every market in the region. Falls Church City is a very, very small market with only 5 sales. If they had 8 sales last month, 5 sales this month is a huge decrease. But in reality, it's not such a big deal, right? But when we're looking at, say, 765 sales down 43%, that's a bigger number to look at. Median sales price in the region. Some areas, such as Alexandria City, the sales price has gone up. But again, Alexandria City has a smaller pool of 131 versus 765. So 4 or 5 high-priced sales in Alexandria City could have an effect on that price. We can see that Fairfax County's had a slight uptick. Falls Church City has had an uptick. Montgomery County and Prince George's counties also have had upticks in the past year, right? So this is kind of a great thing to think about, right? If you're an owner in this area and you're thinking about selling, now might be a great time because you can capture that continued upward price motion before you get a slight decrease. If you're a buyer, you could still expect to pay a little bit higher price in these regions. And then let's look at new listings. Again, here is the key number, right? We've got Pending sales are down across the board. New listings are down across the board by quite a lot. So if there are fewer new homes on the market, it's harder to have sales, first of all. As a buyer, you've got, it's interesting, right? I mean, it's kind of counterproductive. There are fewer new homes on the market, but there are more homes currently for sale. Well, that's on a different graph. Oh, here, active listings, right? So active listings are up, right? So we have more homes to choose from right now if you're a seller, or sorry, if you're a buyer, even though there are fewer raw homes put on the market each time. And then looking at the months of supply, again, the months of supply is still very, very low, which means that homes are going to be selling pretty quickly on average. And we are a little bit higher than we were a year ago, but still low. Again, the balanced market is around 4 to 5 months. All right, so home demand index, as I mentioned, was down across the board. However, if you look at Alexandria City, Arlington County, it's still pretty high in those areas. And so as a buyer in those areas, you could expect more competition and homes to sell a little bit faster and maybe a little less bargaining power. One of the key things that all of this means for you as a potential buyer is you have more bargaining power right now. Getting a seller credit to help you buy down your interest rate or to help you with your closing costs or to go negotiate repairs or maybe even to negotiate a slightly lower sale price is easier now than it has been for some months. As a seller, the opposite of all of that is true. You need to expect that you're probably going to be selling at a price a little bit below your list price. You're probably going to have to give a seller credit. You may want to offer sellers help with a buy down on their interest rate to make your home a little more attractive and so on. All right. So that's it. My name is Taylor Johnson, and I'm here for you as a resource. So please reach out to me if I can be of help to you, answer any questions for you. I'm with the Eng Garcia Team at Keller Williams Capital Properties, and I'm a specialist here in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, particularly DC and Prince George's County. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. All right, have a great day, keep smiling, and I look forward to hearing from you.